Well, welcome to In the Spotlight, interviewing leaders in sports, gaming, and esports series. I'm Vicky at Sportskred today, and we are delighted to have Guillaume over there from Alpine, Alpine in French way with us. Guillaume, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
So to kick things off, could you tell us a bit about yourself, your role at Alpine, and share your journey into motorsports and gaming?
Yeah, thanks, Vicky. I've always been passionate about motorsports, so it's been a childhood dream to be able to join the Formula One team and as prestigious as Renault and Alpine in Formula One. It's actually great. So I've been in the team for the last 7 years, and my role is currently as head of licensing, merchandising, Web3, and
Yep.
esports.
And when working with like ambassador, partnership, this kind of thing, especially you got such ample sponsorship experience, what would be the end goal for having the partner or sponsor, and what key criteria do you consider in your selection process?
So obviously, as Alpine, we are a company with rich history, but it's like a company that we are trying to reinvent through new technology, Formula One, organic content, and so on. But at first, we'll be looking at brands that help us elevate Alpine. So brands that are looking into investing in esports, in racing, and get into the fans of these categories as well, but also brands that are keen to create a very powerful story with us. Because at the end of the day, everything that that brand will do with us will elevate the Alpine as a whole company. So I would say that's our main objective when we're looking at companies. Then the second one is around the quality of their services or equipment.
Right.
It's things that we could use to drive direct performance or indirect performance, and any performance equipment indirectly help us having like massive performance on the competition at the end of the day, and they help us like elevate our brand as well, also. So yeah, that's what we're looking at in partners.
Interesting, definitely. I'm sure that's kind of like the common goal we're all looking for those in the sponsorship field. And I'm sure our audience will also love to hear about successful marketing or partnership campaign you have run. Can you share with us an example and what makes those successful?
One quick one that comes to mind directly, together with our partner Binance, we created a kind of like fan token. And so it's
Hmm.
not a token; it's a token that you can purchase. And when you purchase the token and hold one token, you have one voice as a fan.
Hmm.
And but also we would put together a cash prize money of $100,000 worth of the fan token. So if you win the competition, you can decide to keep the token and let it fluctuate, or hold it for as long as you want, or you can decide to sell it for dollars. And when we put that together with Binance, there was 6 races that we would broadcast on Twitch, on YouTube, and so on. And for every races, there would be like a QR code popping up, and you could
Yep.
scan that QR code and redeem like one NFT, and it's a digital asset basically for free that you could redeem, and that would be like a part of a car, a part of a digital car. And if you watch the 6 races and manage to redeem the NFT, you will get like a full car that you could then use and play in a game. Obviously, there would be a limited units of each part. I think was 2,000 or 3,000 per part of the car, and they would be fully redeemed like within 1 minute. So if you're too late, you would miss it, and you would want to buy another part and collect them all. So at the end of the day, we had like 10 times more viewers on this, thanks to the partner, and the partner had a lot of like new registered users, because to redeem the NFT you had to create an account within Binance, and so that worked very, very well. So these are the kind of like activation that we can do, and quick example that helped the team to grow and that helped the partner to grow as well.
Right, right. Fascinating because, like you talk about gamification, you make it all fun so you can bring more friends and join this racing community. Well, could you also share with us experience when the marketing or partnership campaign didn't go as planned?
I think we always try to mitigate like risk and things that don't go well. I think one of the things that we did was like an endurance championship, a bit last minute. In the end, instead of having 30 teams and 90 drivers, we had only 15 teams and half the number of drivers, which was mainly due to lack of communication and preparation. But we've learned from these mistakes, and we are adjusting that in the future as well.
Right, right, right. Because that's the question we always kind of ask, invite our leaders to talk about. Because indeed, we all learn from not so successful experience, and that's how we make it to the next step and level up. And particularly nowadays, social streaming media play a huge role in marketing strategy or in growth strategy today. So, how does Alpine leverage these channels, and how do you measure success?
Yeah, things we're doing, and we're trying to create like more closer content to the fans. So things that we can do with like platforms like Discord. We have a
Right?
Discord as Alpine. The Discord is called Alpine Racing, and we
Right.
try for every Grand Prix we try to share some news and pictures behind the scenes of what's happening at the track, so the fans feel like they have like privileged access to the team and feel like they're part of the team, being part of that forum. Other things that we do, especially on Twitch, is around like how we can film live events of Alpine, get like a full immersion within like the team. I think this is something quite new that we are like one of the few teams doing this.
And definitely like Disco or other channel, how to be your own community and grow that and engage your audience. That's kind of the key thing in our field as well. Speaking of which, ambassador or influencer, if you prefer to call it, and in your case would be sim racer or racer, they play a huge role, crucial role in supporting your strategy as well, right? And in what ways do your ambassador contribute to Alpine's marketing or growth efforts?
Yeah, first we always like we have two ambassadors mainly. Basically, what they do, they attend some of our events, host some of our Twitch content, chat with the community, represent the team, elevate anything that we are doing as a team, and they are our kind of like flagship people outside of our drivers, let's say, and they are our esports and sim racing ambassadors. Outside of that, we obviously have our F1 drivers, academy drivers, and they represent the brand, as well. But for esports, we outside of our sim racing drivers and staff, the ambassadors are the voice of the team. Yes.
Totally, totally. So looking to the future and beyond, what are your thoughts, insight on industry trends, and how does Alpine plan to stay at the cutting edge?
On sim racing specifically, we're getting so close to reality when racing that now we find that F1 drivers, as soon as they jump into a high spec simulator, they are
Right?
instantly fast and they are instantly seeing the same kind of like physics and perf that you would have in real car, which means that
Right.
if you end up being really good into one of these simulators, you could end up being like one of the best talents in driving real cars as well. See, this is something definitely interesting for us, and I think that's definitely the next step. How we bridge the gap between virtual racing and real racing.
Brilliant, brilliant. Wow, I know we took a lot of your time already. So thank you, Guillaume, for sharing your insight. It's been a pleasure having you on the In the Spotlight today.
Thank you, Vicky.